Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're moving on to the second map on Inferno, which knife round is currently going underway, and as soon as that is over and sides are picked, we will be going straight to the in-game. But Mike, this is I've lost a little faith in the Avengers. I'm not gonna lie. I'm hoping that my faith will be restored. But they did not win a single gun round that game, Mike.
Yeah.
They won more rounds with pistols than they won with weapons, with M4s, with double op setups. They even tried the double op setup on Dust 2, which is supposed to be the bread and butter for the defenses, and they still couldn't close out a round.
Yeah. For me, it's not just the fact that they lost, it's the manner in which they lost rounds, where it felt like very questionable decisions were being made both on a team level and as individuals. I couldn't really understand a lot of what they were doing, and then just the individual duels were struggling. I mean, their most effective player was Lambert, but when he had a P250, pretty much only when he had a P250. It's just very hard to see a world where they're going to be able to come back. But we are going to get into the action, and maybe this will be a completely different team here on the T side of Inferno. They've got to start out strong, I would say. Otherwise, I think Budapest 5 is just going to roll over them again. They need that early confidence for this Avengers side to really make me believe that they have a possibility of making this game.
Now, I still believe.
You believe?
Yeah, I still believe. But I feel like they need some sort of like hope here, some sort of second wind early in this game for them to have some sort of hope. But right now they've done some damage onto Color. That's going to keep two players towards the B defenses. Or excuse me, that's Color towards A side. They're attacking where they are weak.
It's awkward. There's the kill though. Liev again having some contribution here from the pit, and the bodies are dropping, and they're not looking good for the Avengers. They will be able to bring some back, and with the health so low, now this is viable. Even number situation. Bomb can be planted as well, so that's at least going to be money in the bank that they've secured. But now it's the Finns coming in. Juho and Joel's going to wombo combo here. Try and wrap around. Try and pinch on towards the site and make this very uncomfortable indeed. And the smoke is faded, so they are now wide out in the open. No one in towards pit. The first one is claimed. It's all going to leave everything onto Juho. Or Joel's. Sorry. The other Finn with the J to start his name. And it will be the Avengers to take the round. So there we go. They get not only the plant, they get the round. Despite looking a little lackluster early on in that round, They make it happen. They convert. They get a chance. But you'll note, they won the pistol on Dust 2 too.
They did win the pistol on Dust 2. But I'm just happy to see that at least someone on Avengers is beginning to pop off. This time it's Logan. So credit to him for the 4 kills on that pistol. Solid work for him. Now it's going to be Budapest. Not quite going for the force buy this time around. That nade, he's going to go just a little too deep. And Juho, he's not liking the way this feels. He's isolated. He wants to come back into the triangle of doom here on the B site. And Haji. There are some trespassers here in his apartments.
I like the way they're setting up on their CT sides, where they're putting the two Finns together as a site buddies, if you will. They seem to be playing together as a duo most of the time. We've got Gabeson as well supporting them now. And look at this aggression out of the apartments. Wow. This is beautiful. A couple quick kills. Honestly, if that reload had come through quicker, I think Haji might have been in trouble as well. This gets awkward indeed. Haji is getting knocked low, and Liev somehow hasn't taken a bullet of damage yet. Making it happen with a P250. Haji, he's going to lose this fight. He will indeed. That's a rifle gone. And now only 2 players remaining, and all they've got are MAC 10s. Sixer finds the first, but he's down to 11 health. They're completely isolated as well. Now they know the bomb's isolated because the second kill's come through towards the other site. And here's an opportunity for Sixer to lose his life and put it in a really awkward spot. But he's escaped the dragnet. He's gotten through. He has slipped their bonds. He's gotten away and around the corner into Banana. So now they can readjust this. They can change the means of engagement. Gabeson still just has a P250. He hasn't managed to salvage one of the rifles that was down, which is interesting. There's an AK somewhere. I don't know where. There's an AK somewhere on this map to be retrieved.
Oh. Wow, the fact that Sixer got off the A site alive with the bomb is actually incredible. I can't believe he managed to pull that one off. Now it's just Liev. Oh, there's a Molly on the other side. He doesn't tip. He doesn't touch it. Position is not yet known, and Lambert was just heroically saved Avengers from disaster in that round. That could have unfolded poorly. And I have to say, I have to point out how poorly played that was from Avengers. Okay, you're sloppy on the halls control. No one's watching the long hauls, right? That's the first mistake. Second mistake, you know that 2 players had just pushed halls. Why not just yin yang and go out A instead of fight the pistols inside small corridors and small narrow places? Right? They must have known that the A defense would be weak had they just ran up mid, right? Ran up hall straight toward the A site, not worried about the people behind them. Just go for the site, go for the bomb plant, set up in the post plant with weapons and crossfires, and you'd be fine. But now just keep it under control. 1 for 1, not bad. I think Avengers are more than happy with that one until Lambert gets eliminated by Yuho.
Nah, this gets tough. And there's going to be 2 players coming out. Boiler, Fleav gets caught. He's not anticipating to see that quick around, but here's Kohler to correct his mistake. Just class cannon. But it's a tough spot. You've got 2 rifles left. Sixer and Haji to try and make it happen. This has been a little rough for them. And Sixer's been dropped. That's the bomb as well in towards mid. Now Haji's going to continue to push forward, but if he does, what's it going to matter? If he has the sight, he's not going to be able to do much with it. Anticipates Kohler's position and does at least make that work. That was the player without armor as well. So he's got a little bit of room to rumble and does have a minute to operate with. But he's making a lot of noise. They know exactly where he's coming from, and his opponents aren't going to have any reason to peek too aggressively. Just checking things, realize that he's out in the open, and Gabeson missed opportunity here. So much damage now done. A smoke can be dropped. Haji is taking his time with this, and he's making this work. If he manages to lose himself again somewhere in towards the apps, he might just have the opportunity to catch Yuho off. This smoke maybe not going to be the answer, though. All it's going to take is a spam, and oh, this is so risky. In the smoke they go. Haji, the smoke fades, and he's out and exposed, and Yuho's got the back. So this round will be won. It was close, but no cigar for Avengers. Thought Haji might be able to bring that back. Just not quite.
Yeah, that was really well played by Budapest, right? Continuing the aggression on all sides. And it's catching Avengers off guard time and time again. Now, it's going to be weapons here for the Avengers. It is going to be their full buy, but it's only an AK and the Mac 10 to work with. The rest of the players are on pistols. And, oh, that Molly nade combo just destroyed them. And even Gringo just almost died as well. That's serious early damage, and Fleav just gave that one away. But still, Gringo, 13 HP. Sixer, 32. Budapest, still in the driver's seat for this one, even with the man-for-man trade.
There's still a chance. There's a chance. There's a dream. There's a glimmer of hope. Maybe Haji can get something done with his AK again. It's slim, though. The chance is slim. It's already looking pretty rough with that health, with the lack of map control. They've got a player in towards apartments at least. Lambert might be able to do something. We've seen him do nutty things with his before. And there we go. Haji with the 1 AK. He does get a kill. Entry here. He's going to get swung on by the second. That's an overcommitment. That's throwing good money after bad. And now you've got an open B bomb site. A plane that can come through in this round that was looking to be... Okay, I don't understand this decision now. They're rotating back down. Now they're rotating back towards B. I don't get this. But they are going to eventually choose the right side. They're going to eventually find B, get the bomb planted. Looked like for some reason they were trying to rotate back towards A, and not sure about that. The health is not good on these 3 remaining players, so this is still definitely a question mark. Timing here. Sixer. Did he just spot his elbow? There we go. There it is, but the trade is good, and now everything falls to Kohler. He's just got a UMP, but his opponents have no health, and jumping into one with the smoke will not be the answer. Gringo will be able to catch him out. And that will be the Avengers taking back some control, salvaging the situation, and getting themselves again towards another round. Immediate force buy from Yuho as well. That's a questionable decision in this circumstance. They had enough money to buy next round if they just eat good here, but that doesn't seem to be what they want to do.
Alright, so maybe there is signs of life here for the Avengers after all. A 3-1 lead is better than they've looked all series so far. They've gotten Budapest down to the absolute force buy here. That nade just landed right on Yuho's hair. Don't touch his hair.
How much... We should ask him how much hair gel it took to maintain that hairstyle when he had it.
I'm really wondering what his current hairstyle is, that more than anything.
As I recall, the last... so I did meet him at one point, and it was actually pretty tame. But we did see his HLTV picture and have a good laugh about that.
He's a good-looking guy. No hate there. Just his hair looks so 90s pop star. I love it. I love it.
I mean, he's rocking it. Probably got him all the ladies. Or, you know, whatever.
Well, certainly more ladies than you and I, Mike.
It doesn't take much. Oh, this is not working out well for Budapest 5. They had a decent setup early on, but it's been dismantled by the Avengers. And this should be a comfortable bomb plant and maybe a chance for an exit kill or 2 here from the 2 Finns. But I don't really fancy them to do much. Shots rung out. Yuho, I think, is trying to beat someone into a confrontation with him to see if he can't get a deagle kill here, but that's not going to work Joel's got enough in favor. All just Joel's who get spammed down as the library was checked and the round is claimed again. So the Avengers, they're making this work. They're stacking them up and they're keeping people healthy as well. So this is definitely a different team than we were seeing on Dust 2. They've already doubled their scoreline from that map and looking like they're going to continue on that trend.
Yeah, now they got themselves a free eco, so this could very well be the 5-1 here. No worries, no issues. Let's see if Avengers can make it work. They just gotta tap it in. They have utility. They can use that to push off the angle. And they can always send in the MAC-10 as the probe, just to guarantee they're not walking into a stack. Now Color, he's up close once again in halls. This time they're actually holding for it. Molotov, he doesn't quite spread. Color is digging away. I think he was spotted by close to the wide swing, but there is support this time. There will be no casualties. Color, Yuho, both eliminated.
So now you've got the remainder of the presence in towards mid. That doesn't work out either. I like the idea of going for a pick. You've got to find something here. It's kind of over, but Sixer is wisely anticipating this. This is a much more disciplined Avengers side than we had been seeing earlier. They're being cautious in their takes. They're not doing anything too stupid. Oh, might be. Yeah, no. Lambert is ready for it. They might be looking away since he had just dropped off the position, but he's aware. Very aware. And I like this. The Avengers side, they're just waiting. They've adjusted to that aggression we were seeing out from the Budapest 5. They're waiting for them to deliver themselves to them. Take these frags to make sure that the ecos come through clean.
I mean, again, this is a best of 3, right? And it's ban, pick. So I think Budapest has done their homework on the veto. I think they knew what Avengers were relatively weak on, and I think they just got their first map in check, and they did pretty well on their map. And this time, this is Avengers' kind of their playground, right? By no means, by the way, guys, Budapest bad on this map, but I think Avengers are just more confident and ready for it. But this is still it's still early days here. It's only 5-1, and now it's going to be bracket control here, attempted by the Avengers. Color, he's just waiting for the right time. The flashes, the Molotov will land on his head. The Molotov's going to push him back. That's perfect. The flashbang will push him back as well. Now they're advancing on bracket, and this is a much better Avengers, right? More methodical, more cautious in how they attempt the map control. And so far they have brackets, but they do need to push off Yuho off Banana if they want any success here on the side.
I love this change up. Actual utility being used by both sides, intelligent utility as well. This is a good hold though. Now for the Budapest 5, they've chased them back. They've wasted all that information, all that utility, and Yuho can stall them here. A flashbang out. The rotation has to be quicker here, though. Joel's needs to be sprinting at this point, and he will eventually. But as I say that, they funnel back. So they haven't committed. This was sort of a feint from LDLC, or sorry, Avengers, as they just sort of poke back and then rotate. Now the take is around Logan leading the charge, but the pit player is still there, and Gabeson will get damage on. So now this gets tough because time's running down. They don't have time to operate. The flashes are good. The utility's perfect. Gabeson is locking down this pit position, and he's dropping all comers. It's going to be a 4K from the pit for Gabeson, and the round claimed for the Budapest 5. That was excellent. Much more patient from the squad, using their utility to slow things down, to maintain control, to funnel the Avengers back and forth from side to side, and ultimately it's Budapest 5 who come out on top.
Yeah, that was so well played from Gabeson as well. I mean, he did absolutely everything he could from that pit to secure the round first team, but I mean, Avengers did call they made the right call, right? They sold the fake on B, they got all the rotates over, but they just couldn't quite get past the crossfire on the A site. Maybe next time Budapest is not so fortunate for not getting instantly removed on the entries. But right now they're making their stand. It's 5-2 though, still a lead for Avengers. They still have money in the bank. If they can guarantee a bomb plant in this round, they can at least have a buy in the next round as well. Once again, we see them fall back to the pretty standard default for the T side, right? Take Hall first, push them off Hall, push them off bracket next, and then you come back for Banana if you need to.
Watching, there's a crack in that smoke as well. Someone tries to push the edge of it, they're going to be punished. They're not going to. Fortunately for them, they don't take the bait. Here we go. This time, no monstrous games to play from Pit. He's going to get dropped instead. There's still 2 players in towards the site. Make that 3, actually. They have completely bunched up. No control elsewhere, but a million quills of this Hedgehog as they have turtled into defense. Bodies dropping. This is getting messy. They know they have to clear up, but they expect a third. They do. Joel's worst day is continuing here. As the bomb plant's going to come in, it's just going to be Mr. Worldwide Yuho himself trying to get back around. See if he can wrap. maybe do a bit of damage. It would be worth saving this rifle. They'd be able to get a decent buy up here, but he's going to go ahead and take the fight. Finds one. Looks like he thinks better of it, but then he goes back to the well. Not quite sure at this point. No hit. Can get this round. He's just trying to do some further damage, but his gun is worth saving.
Shot from the side. Logan not quite. He's just gonna spray down the lane, his escape, and Yuho actually gets caught by that. And Avengers, I didn't think they're gonna be successful in that. They were walking into the A stack, right? It was 4 players there, 3 players on site. I mean, that opening kill from Avengers kind of gave him the confidence, right, to just truck on in. But there's still a serious amount of players for Budapest, but they couldn't quite close the crossfire in sight. They couldn't quite hold strong, and they eventually got overrun by the Avengers. Solid work for the Avengers as they advance to 6 rounds on the board. And great for the Budapest economy once again. So this could very well be the 7-2 here, Mike. And this is infinitely better than the first map.
Infinitely better indeed, and especially since they're doing this on T side, it's been quite impressive. See what Yuho can do here, top banana. Maybe he catches one. There should be a trade pretty much instantaneously if it happens, and he won't even get the first. Just one deep bullet connecting, but not going to be the kill. And this is looking like another clean, clinical round from the Shoe is definitely on the other foot here. Joel's gonna try find something with this deagle. He's not having a great map here. 1-1-7 right now. Looking to improve that. Looking like Master Chief. 1-1-7. But it's going to be 1-1-8 now, and that will change. Nothing great happening here for the Budapest 5. They're just struggling to get much of anything going in the rounds. They're not finding advantages. They're not finding early picks. They're going to go for the double op to change their fortunes. We were talking a lot about how powerful the double op is on this map previously, so maybe that's the end.
Yeah, I still think the double op setup on CT side is one of the strongest. Which is actually kind of weird because the op on the T side is probably the weakest out of any of the maps. On the CT side is crazy. But look at this complete chaos right now happening towards Banana. Completely being dumped left and right. Smokes for the mollies. Yuho barely getting out of that one alive. 21 HP. And they're going to call for it. He's calling for the Bogdan, but Joel is not listening to it.
It's not about that Bogdan Law. He says, look, man, I need these kills. I need this op. We've got to have it.
Yeah, I'm not hitting shots with the rifle. Let me hold on to this thing. And right now, Avengers are doing a great job. They've pushed back the banana control early. They've pushed back hulls. Oh, Joel's getting frisky.
I love this when the smoke is set up and you get that one shot as the op. The problem is the flashbang. That's the problem indeed. You just got to hit the timing there. He does escape with his life. Now they're both feeling Bogdanish. They're quite low. And it looks like the Avengers are just going to leave one body here and stay back. Joel's has been exterminated. That might prompt them for a B hit, but there's also a kill towards A. Kohler, though, still resting. Knows the player's here. That's a tag, not a frag. And a very light tag at that, considering the AWP must have clipped the pillar and did an arm shot. He's not feeling so great about this. So no Yuho on low health. Gonna have to hold back everybody. Tough to task for. Bomb gonna be planted. This is presumably a save call from the Budapest 5.
Definitely.
And an 8th round for the Avengers.
I mean, I think Avengers are showing a cognition here that's significantly higher than what they've shown on Dusty. I mean, honestly, I think anything is better than Dusty, so I'm just going to stop referencing that. But yeah, they are showing awareness, and that's a good sign. They recognize that Yuho was damaged earlier on Banana. They came back to finish him off on the B side easily. Now they kind of have the chokehold here on these 2 players in pit. If Logan can eliminate this M4 and Mike, that will certainly help in this next round. But now he can't quite eliminate that. Lambert will probably try to do the same, but he's not going to capture. Alright, so Avengers do find 8, but at Budapest 5, they keep these 2 weapons, which actually could afford them a full buy here if they so choose. And I think they are, in fact, going to go for it. Yeah, there it is. 2 rifles dropped. The op is maintained. Only a single MP9 downgrade. That's not a bad buy whatsoever. This is a solid purchase here for Budapest. And the MP9 is
indeed
very viable on this map, Mike.
Super viable. This map of all maps, it's so many different angles you can hold around. I mean, this is a map where Mag 7 can get pretty physical over here at the half wall as well. There's a lot of things you can do with slightly lackluster buys on the CT side in particular. And I think this is a good call because Budapest 5 are probably recognizing that this is getting out of hand. if they don't get the buy up here, if they don't get this round here, well, it's probably going to be an unfavorable situation. So if they can change their fortunes right now, they can get back on the board. If they can take some control of this game, might be in a situation where they can actually, but that's a tall task. It's going to be a hit towards B. The Finn's got to be up to the task. They're not going to find it on the boost, falling off a little too early as Joel's. He's done good damage, but damage is not enough at this point. Yuho, black behind his smoke, isn't able to do much in turn. He's going to be spammed down as soon as they realize his position, and that's going to trigger a save already. You got 3 players with 3 rifles and absolutely nothing working in their favor on towards the site. So they're just going to go ahead and turtle up and try and stay alive in the next.
I love the switch up from Avengers as well, right? One rounds they're defaulting really slow, taking their time to execute late. This time, as soon as they get up car, they're boom, snap of a finger, they're instantly, no pun intended for the Thanos reference, but snap of a finger, they're instantly running onto that B site, right? No delays, nothing.
So there we go. We had last map, which felt like Infinity War, just getting annihilated by Thanos. Now we've got Endgame. That's the return. It's the battle. Now, there's not really a third movie in that series, but it's feeling like we might just make one this time. Might be making our own fan film at this point.
And the Molly deep. Doctor coming out with the car. Sixer did not land the way he wanted to, and Color's gonna hit the nifty peak quite well. Hodge has been eliminated. And not only that, but Sixer and Lambert have taken a serious amount of damage here. Yuho is looking to finish these players off. Double man advantage right now. They've taken no points of damage. Turn. Come on, Caster's Curse. Give me something here.
Oh, that's where you just get the heck off the angle, right? Okay, it's left to Yudo to hold on this. He's got a rotation coming through. There's a gap in that smoke as well. They do not have this smoke properly thrown. That's going to allow a pick to come in. And a second as well. I don't think they realize that misthrown cross smoke annihilates them. This allows Kohler to get 2 more kills. So there we go. Budapest 5 back on the board. It takes the rifles, takes the op. It takes a misthrown smoke from the Avengers. But that kind of sloppiness will be punished here. You can't get away with it. You can't get a little overzealous. And now you're going to see a pause come through. They're going to take a little bit of time. And it comes out from the Avengers side as they look to stabilize. They look to talk through what happened there and figure out how to fix it, because they want to make sure that as good as this half has already been, they want to squeeze all the juice out of it. They want to milk it for everything it's worth and try and make sure they've got a dominant lead headed into the second.
Oof. I mean, the money is not sure if it's breakable. I think if Budapest are about to finish with 6 rounds, it's going to be quite an uphill battle for these 6 rounds, because they will probably be against full buys, except maybe the last round if they can sustain wins here. But 9-6 is still within the realm of possibilities. Even a 10-5 at this point for Budapest would be a solid finish. But this time, Avengers are swapping it up once again. They're not quite going for the banana control, but they're 3 men in halls, which is suggesting that they might want to do something rapid here.
Oh, I like the spot from Gabeson. No, the timing on the utility switch, and he tries to quick switch. He's switching with the control wheel. Oh, no, that's so unfortunate. The bodies are dropped. It should have been prime positioning, but instead it's prime punishment out from the Avengers side, and they're going to get a bomb planted. They're going to have 3 alive. It's left to Joel's to try and recover, and that's such a fumbling. He could have had another highlight reel play there from the pit. Instead, it's just disaster. Okay, first kill found. Second player spotted.
Ooh.
Joel's making it work here. Wally's going to go down, but Lambert exposes himself to the fight, and there's no need to do that. He's continuing to use his utility to punish. There's the flashbang in. Get towards site itself. Lambert trying to hold on. Joel's looking for the spot. Figures out where he's at. Figures out where he must be playing from. But Lambert will still win the duel. And that will be LDLC achieving 10 rounds. Or Avengers. Apologies. Keep making that mistake.
Sorry, it's an easy
taking
mistake.
10 rounds. Making it happen. And that really comes down to the fumble with the weaponry in pit. Gabeson's timing is brutal. Remember, folks, don't switch guns with the scroll wheel.
Yeah, that's terrible. Now, this is a double op setup here for Budapest, which is, of course, a strong setup. However, they are fully invested, Mike. So the Avengers actually do have a chance for a 12-3 finish here if they can close off these remaining rounds. And I feel like Budapest really need to make their stand here. Otherwise, this next half might not end so well, especially not at 12-3. This double op setup really needs to be put to use here. And so far, it's control being exerted towards Banana for Budapest. And Avengers says, you know what, you can have Banana. We're just going to take brackets quickly. And the nade lands on Hachi's head.
It's an oof. Yuho gets a little bit excited. Tries to push out past the log pile, loses his life. Now it's just Joel's to hold on. He did do good damage, but it's an op on Joel, so that won't matter either way. It looks like they do want to hit A instead, despite that one pick. Oh, the leg shot. Look at the damage done, but 2 picks go back their way. And again, a gun not being out leads to an awkward situation. Now everything's on to Kohler to defend the site. He's got a teammate coming in fast, but Kohler's got to hang on, and he can't do that. So it's going to be Joel's once again attempting the clutch. Didn't work out for him last time. This time he's got an AWP. See if he can change his fortune. Let's see if he can rewrite destiny. A player's gotten in towards the graveyard already. Gringo will be holding that. 6 are in the library. It's pretty good power hold and spots, and Gringo gets the first shot. So that's going to be the round. That's almost the half. One more round to play out here. But Avengers looking so very strong.
Yeah, I mean, this is a whole different... This is like literally the complete opposite of what we saw in the first map.
Logic makes no sense to me anymore.
I can't blame you, Mike. Sometimes... Oh, Color was going for the fast hit. Instantly gets legged by Sixer. Instantly nopes out of it. He says, yeah, nah, I'm not doing this with 18 HP. That's a disaster. But even with Deagles and MP nods, they're still looking for the banana control. Leverage, stay towards logs, and unfortunately, Gringo sprays Joel through the smoke. And that's the B defense crumbled. That's going to force the players to rotate over. They have to reinforce. They have to make some sort of gamble risk here. But are they going to gamble correctly? I think only time will tell for that one, Mike.
I'm going to go ahead and say no. I'm just going ahead. I don't think nice things can happen for Budapest 5 on this map. It's not feeling great. Kolu's going to take the first shot here, then fall off. They've got the flower pot boost to try it, but this should be checked. Unless Avengers make a serious mental error, this should be hard cleared. And even with the stack, if a full hit comes through here, I don't fancy their chances. Just based on the health, based on what they've got, the lack of utility. They've got a single smoke, but it's now on Fliav, and he's boosted up, so he can't really use it. And oh, the timing. Kohler gets aggressive, tries to push around at just the wrong moment. It's exactly when they swing to check him. So now it just comes down to this. Do they not check the flower pot boost? Well, it's not going to matter, because they're going to head on over to the empty bomb site, where they realize nobody is home. They get a free bomb plant. This will likely be a... Well, it doesn't matter. It can't be a save. It's the last round of the half. But this is a hopeless situation for these remaining 2 players. It's nigh on impossible to get back into this round.
Yeah, I don't... do they even get past Lambert?
I don't think so. No, utility out. Ah, Gabeson saves his teammate's life, though. Fliav was running around the corner with a smoke in hand. Good awareness from Gabeson. This time he's not going to get caught with a weapon switch. But now the position's known. Both players' position is known as well, and it's just a matter of time before they both die. Smoke goes up to block Moto. Now it will fade. And Gabeson, hopeless situation. Too many crosshairs facing his way, and a 12-3 half it is. So slightly better result than their opponents had on Dust 2, but not much. Can they change it up? Can they change their fortunes in the second half, Roy? Do you believe in magic?
Do I believe in magic, Mike? No. No, I don't.
Oof. Heard it here first, folks. Magic is dead.
You know what else might be dead, Mike? Budapest's hopes and dreams in the second map. Sixer spotted several players running towards mid. He knows what's happening right here, and he's going to re-aggress out. And actually, this is getting a little weird. Logan, the only defender here. He can't fall this not this early, but Yuho's not quite going to let him escape. However, Sixer is keeping things in balance from lane.
Perfectly balanced. As all things should be. The numbers, at least, are so far. There's a kit available for Avengers, so they've got a bit more time to operate with on this retake. They're trying to get 2 players up the balcony and pushing into it. Yuho's going to lose his life. Now this gets very risky indeed. Pit player dropped. There's a second one there. But he's got so many targets to find. Joel has to be perfect, and perfect it'll be, but anything but, as he doesn't claim a single life. And quickly, his teammate Gabeson is cleared out as well. Defuse will come in. 13th round for the Avengers. Pistol in the second half. This could be all over before it even begins for the second half.
Ay, 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 ay. 13-3. I think that bomb plan might be the only saving grace here for the Hungarian side. Yes, they do have a decent weaponry, though. Double Galils and AK-47 for Gabeson. I'd like to see him pass that over to somebody that has head armor, but, you know, these things happen. Lambert. Okay, that's a little much.
Okay. So the change up. We saw this happen once before, just two, where Pistol was one, and then the second half Force Spy came back to bite them, and there we go. Fleav gets a follow-up kill. Now the path to A is wide open, and Haji's trying on the flank, but he's already been spotted. He didn't quite get there in time. Gabeson figured it out. So now the bomb's going to go down. There's only 2 players remaining, and they're not close, so they honestly might consider it safe here. That's indeed what they're going to do, just turtle up on towards the bomb site, and this round's been won. So Budapest 5, we were counting them out, but there's signs of life yet. There's something to happen here. It's going to be a 4th round at least, and the money going to be super weird for the French squad. Specifically, they're not going to have much of it at all. Got 2 players with SMGs to work with, but I don't know if they'll be able to justify purchasing around it. It may be the double eco situation, so they'll have to go through that anyway, and it's going to get a little weird.
Yeah, this is going to get very weird. They threw so much at that.
Okay.
Dude, Gringo off these 2 kills can now afford an M4. He can drop that MP9 over. He can buy himself a rifle. Logan could drop a FAMAS if he wanted. They could actually get very well equipped here. But no, they're not actually going to go for it. That's a little surprising. I mean, you have Haji and Lambert on a double eco. You might as well just force.
Right? I'm super confused now. They're going to leave. Basically, 2 players are going to eco. The guys on the double eco are going to double eco. This is so disjointed. That's just not a decision that was properly uniform as a team, right? If you're going to force into it, if you're going to go for it, go for it. If you're going to do this sort of piddly save type thing, I'm a little concerned. But hey, they might make it work. Certainly doing so far, although the body's now dropping, and a 3rd through the smoke is unfortunate. It's just going to be Haji left. They've collected some blood. They made this expensive at the least, but that AK is going to be retrieved. The 3 important guns are going to survive through the round, and Haji has now just got to try and vulture himself something from the flank. I always hate when teams sort of do half of one thing, half of another.
Same. I really, the only proper argument, I think, is if they're saving for the double op setup. Which could be the case, actually. And you know what? Avengers still have room. A little weird. Avengers still have some room for error, though. So, I mean, they're not too stressed right now. There's 2 bullets in the CZ. 2. Oh, that's pretty unlucky. Alright, they've lost everything, Mike. This is going to be USPs, maybe upgraded pistols for the people that have money left over. But I imagine Gringo and Sixer are probably going to save for the double op setup. Oh, wait. Maybe not. Gringo bought... Okay, what? If you're going to buy Deagle armor in this round, is that enough, though? I don't think so.
Should be.
You have op, but you'll probably be glass cannon, right?
Yes, yeah, it'll be glass cannon. 4750. Wait, hold on. I have to do... I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that, Roy. How does math work? Whatever it does, the math in this round is there's 1 player left and 5 on the other side. So the math is looking very good for the Budapest 5. They're living up to their name. The last kill's going to come through to boot. And that is a clean round for them to get their 6th. So yes, it would definitely be glass cannon if you can do it. So I don't think they're going to go for that double op. I don't think they want to make it happen. And indeed, they don't. He'll go for the M4 instead. So I don't understand that decision-making process at all.
And actually, I was going to say the same. I don't understand that at all either. It's actually kind of, in my opinion, a pretty stupid decision.
And now they have no kit either.
Right. If you're gonna save for this round and come in strong, you might as well save enough for the molly and the kit, right? Otherwise, it's kind of pointless. But maybe he's playing. Maybe he has something in mind right here. Gringo, they will find the opening dragon. What is a very fast push here, straight towards the B site for the Budapest 5. But they're traded 2 for 1, and not a good deal so far. But they still have a lot of time left to work this site and work this map control. Bomb is down. It needs to be recovered and planted here, especially before they run out of utility. But for now, they're okay.
Problem is that in order to get this bomb down, they have to give up so much space. They have to give up the spot. And there's a player boosted up late. That's a wonderful boost up. Haji has gotten the kill. It doesn't seem to have triggered a response. Communication wasn't quite there instantaneously, which means that Kohler didn't check it. He could have gotten the trade, and now it's all under Kohler in the back of sight. This is so very tough for him. He's got 4 to find to hold him at bay. He's hit the first, but not the second. Haji gets the better of him. The Molly, a little bit of a delayed response from the Molotov, but okay, that's fine. And the round will be won. So, despite a very questionable series of economic decisions, it's not going to be an issue here. The kit doesn't come back to bite them. They have enough time to make it happen. And LDLC will inch ever closer to closing out this map.
You can't play results-oriented, though, right? I mean, yeah, that worked out for them this round, but in another universe, Budapest 5 played slow and it executed late, and there's no molly or kit to defuse. And the double op setup could have been better served as well. I don't know. It's whatever. We're in this universe now, and this newest one, Avengers do win the round, and it's 14-6. Budapest 5. They're not quite at the end of their money line just yet, but they are getting close to that. This time, it's Avengers switching it up a little, playing aggressive in halls. This is a solid setup. He's going to be covering his teammate. They're actually only going to get 1 kill, and it's not even going to be the players in halls. It'll be Sixer.
Okay, here we go. Sixers got a little bit more juice in the op camp. Looking revitalized from last map. That's good to see. Looks like they're going to give him another opportunity here. Oh, popping off the shotgun, a little bit impatient. He's got a teammate. They're distracting focus. And that's perfect timing to allow the swing from Gringo. Gringo gets 2 for his money. And this just might be the end of the map. Polyev, last survivor, 46 health. He's got the Krieg. He's got utility as well. So maybe, just maybe, there's a hope, a glimmer of a chance that he does something in this round. But there's so many bodies up. They control the bomb. They've got full control of the site. There's no concern here. And it's going to be the Avengers to just see him through.
Look at Haji, though. 24 kills, 6 assists. Pretty insane. And Budapest 5, they're kind of struggling in terms of stats, at least. But it's 15-6, 9 rounds for regulation finish here for Avengers. 6 just open up the round as well. Fleyev has been brought down. A weapon can be recovered, and it is. But that still leaves Gabeson with just a deagle, Mike. So I think every single win condition is pointing to a finish here for the Avengers.
It is indeed. It certainly is. And they've got so many opportunities to make it happen. Even if they somehow fumble this one, there's 9 more. That's going to be a nice kill from Haji. And it's looking like this just might be the be-all and end-all. This might be the end game of this second map. Down in a moment. There's no presence whatsoever. There's this A bomb site and holding on well here. Gringo's just plucking heads, popping domes at 3K for Gringo to finish it off in style. Didn't even need support, didn't even need help. He dropped everybody, 0 concern there. So, what a turnaround from the first map. Completely unexpected, frankly, after looking at how lackluster they were on Dust 2. Apparently, they've just kept their map picks up comfortably, and now we're going to find out which teams we're going to get, which versions of these two teams we're going to get on train. I really don't know what to expect anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the final round was incroyable by Gringo. Nice pop flash there from his teammate, of course, to set him up for it, but that was an end in style. And I think it's a sign to show us that Avengers have not given up, not mentally and not in the server as well. So they're there. They're ready to put up on this final map, which is Train, if you were wondering. I know some of you guys were saying, I think someone said Mirage. It's not Mirage, it's Train. That is the final deciding map that is coming up here next. Before we go on break and bring the DJ here for some music, please follow this man on Twitter and follow me down here below. And it's, of course, our producer and observer, Mel. She does a great job on the production end. And, of course, follow our socials for Winners League, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Did I say Facebook already? If not, I'll say it again. Follow us on all of these. We're doing some giveaways as well throughout playoffs. So hook you up with some skins, hook you up with some 1 terabyte SSDs for all of your anime needs. And, of course, we will be back here after a quick break. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. Avengers versus Budapest 5 is going to come to a conclusion here shortly.